What is up, everybody? Two here today. So apparently, these Sony fanboys are bragging that Call of Duty Vanguard plays a little bit better on PS5 than Xbox Series X. When both versions, for what I can tell so far, are having issues. They're not really greatly optimized well for either version, but they're just having a good. They're just taking this as a W because I guess because their version of the gameplay is slightly better than the Xbox version, which is all thanks to the developers who are making these games. They're not using the hardware to its full potential, but it has optimization issues. So this fanboy says, "Hey, damn, where are the tools?" Hashtag Xbox. He has a little "Where's Waldo" thing. Says, "Where are the tools?" And he's going by this screenshot of Xbox running at 18 frames per second. Now, obviously, no game in 2020 should be running at 2021 should be running at 18 frames per second. This is obviously an issue with the developers, this game being poorly optimized. But they're taking it as a W, which is just sad. Then he says, maybe talk to the Activision. Other developers are doing just fine. I think PS5 with 0 FPS needs more tools. They literally have a screenshot where PS5 is at 0 frames per second. The game just is at a complete stop at that point. That's how unplayable it is. But they're bragging the game, which is unoptimized as well too, is somehow playing better in some scenes, but their game runs at 0 frames per second. So either way, it's not a good thing. But they're trying to take any type of W they can at this point, which is so ridiculous. Then this guy says PS5 has the inferior version, no VRR, shame. Where are the 30% power advantage, performance, and pixels? Ray tracing, I've been promised. So this guy says 30% power advantage is a lot when you're talking better performance and pixels, better ray tracing, and you name it. Almost every game will look and feel better on Xbox Series X over the PS5. Yeah. Then he says, did you watch the video? Because how can you brag about PS5 performance when they literally have a point where it goes to 0 frames per second? So it shows you that these ports of the game aren't greatly optimized at this point. So, well, these guys are just trying to brag about anything at this point, even when it just doesn't make sense. But yeah, and I thought the Call of Duty was a game that people just say they hated the Call of Duty games, but I guess they're gonna buy this Call of Duty game. Apparently, they're showing a lot of enthusiasm for this title now with this, or maybe they just want to use it for console war ammunition. I don't know. Are people actually gonna buy this game now? Because it's either the side that you hate Call of Duty, you're tired of the series, or you're on the side where you buy the games annually each year. So. It's just shocking that so many people are enthused about this newest Call of Duty game. It's almost like it's just a poorly optimized game for all systems, or there's something that could never be the case of a game made by the great folks over at Checks Notes Activision. Oh, never mind. Rent free. Looking forward to February when you actually have it only on PlayStation for now. Game to occupy your time. I like how he says for now because this might be coming to PC as well. Then after 20 or so hours, when you're 100% it, you'll be back on the Xbox hate train. So he says he hopes February comes sooner so he can play Horizon Forbidden West, so he can stop using all his time to be on Twitter, bash Xbox consistently. Okay. Man, you gotta this guy has a wish for Sony to release actual exclusives, so these guys gotta get time occupied instead of being on Twitter 24/7. It's pretty hilarious. Probably best to ask the developers, facepalm, where are the holiday Sony bangers? They don't exist. Loving the ratio. If Xbox is the one to blame for frame drops from Call of Duty on Series X, who do we blame for this on PS5? It's the 0 frames per second. No need to use the tools for such an S game, just my thoughts. It's funny how you pick the one game that comes out, but none of the other 3 or 4 videos or of games perform better on Series X that week. Funny how that works out like that. If they really review other games comparing PS5 versus Series X, then he literally just picks the one where the PS5 is running slightly better to push a narrative. That is just sad. This guy says, where is my PS5? Don't tell me this is another Sony fanboy who don't even got a PS5 who talks trash about Xbox on a daily basis. Don't tell me that. Because we already saw one on this channel where it's like the guy, he just ordered a PS5, but meanwhile he's been talking about Xbox every single day. Don't tell me this is another guy. These guys are ridiculous at this point. He isn't denying it either, so you probably don't have a PS5, which is pretty crazy. Where are the tools, Xbox? It's like a deformed version of Spider-Man. Okay. You might want to add Sledgehammer Games since they're the ones that developed the game. Going from frames per second to seconds per frame, LMAO. I don't know if you think that's bad. Explain what's happening to the PS5. Yeah, so they're gonna keep posting this PS5 screenshot of the game running at 0 frames per second. Like, you can't really talk trash about Xbox version running this game badly. The PS5 runs it just as bad as well. So they're trying to take a W, but it just fails so badly. And this other guy says, "Bruh." He's posting the same screenshot of 18 frames per second. Now let's see what people say. More screenshots of the PS5 doing better than the Xbox Series X. But it doesn't matter because there's a screenshot of the game running at 0 frames per second. Yeah, so apparently this game is just unoptimized. So it's like, if you're going to buy the game regardless, I don't see why you care. It's just like, who cares at the end of the day? You're either going to buy the game or you're not. Like, it's kind of at this point with Call of Duty, like, you either buy the game annually or you just avoid the game. So I don't see how Digital Foundry's video is going to change your opinion either way. OMG, guys, look how the frame drops. Like, who really cares? I haven't had a single issue with screen tearing. Doesn't matter, it's a trash game anyway. And that's the thing, too. I thought people was on a hate Call of Duty bandwagon now. So I'm like, does it really matter? They weren't going to buy the game anyway. So it's like they would just use anything for ammunition at this point. Mental illness. Crazy, and this is one of the most played games on Xbox. Xbox Feces X Rise Again. Wow. I mean, is Call of Duty a poorly optimized game which is done literally with foots? Okay. People still play Call of Duty, LOL, and are bragging, LOL. Yeah, it's shocking to me too, because I thought people avoided Call of Duty, but I guess Call of Duty is the champion now because it plays slightly better, even though the game runs like trash on both systems. Shame the game is us. The most powerful con? Oh, wait, what? They are really taking this as a W, which is very shocking. Then we got a Sony fanboy who even had to admit that, hey, between PS5 and Series X and Call of Duty Vanguard, there's no absolute winner here. Both versions have their own advantages. Yeah, because even in certain scenes, look, the Xbox version runs better than the PS5 version. So they both run both poorly optimized. Some scenes the PS5 runs better, some scenes the Xbox Series X runs better. But for these guys, they have to push a narrative. They have to push some type of narrative that it runs 18 frames per second. And that the other guy said that it run at the same 18 frames per second. They got to push the narrative that PS5 is better than Xbox. And it's just sad. It's just so sad at the end of the day. Identical resolution, identical graphical settings. Whereas my 12 touch flights raw power, a full RDNA 2 advantage. Yeah, they have the same specs pretty much. Yeah. Yeah, but this is their argument about this. It's like, at the end of the day, who cares? It's like, if you only have one system, you're going to buy it for the system you have it for, if you even care about this game to begin with. So it's like Digital Foundry, man. Like I said, the only time I ever see people talk about Digital Foundry is literally the fuel is used for console or ammunition. That's the only time I ever see people talk about Digital Foundry. If it's not going to be used for console or nonsense, Digital Foundry is never mentioned. So it's just hilarious how that works out. But definitely see your thoughts down below about this nonsense. Do you think it really matters if they both run poorly? Does it really matter if some more scenes the PS5 runs better? Who cares at the end of the day? If you're gonna buy the game, you're gonna buy the game. I don't think this is really gonna sway your opinion about this either way. So definitely want to see your thoughts down below about this. Leave a like if you like this video. And as always, thanks for watching, and peace.